Hello and welcome back to Queen's Wish. We are finally in a position to go. Wrong buttons. Wow, good start. To make it to High Elhovo. And again, I think that might be the last thing we have to do here. So let's just go to Brandon's break. Oh, hello. Stuff happened. We got theft. We got thefted. It's a verb. Well, I mean, everything. Oh, it didn't go up. Losing that wood actually hurt. Okay, well. I am, yeah, I got distracted by that from the thing that I'm doing. Burial Crystal Eye. This is giving me, I think it's 20 or 25% extra theft chance. So once I get rid of this, then the theft will go down. Yeah, the Ariel will be angry that you hold more other artifacts. I'm going to get rid of it as soon as I'm done with this place, because I don't feel like... I don't know how useful this will be in the other provinces. It's been completely useless here, too, for that matter. The people cutting away the woods. It's been completely useless here so far, but I'm hoping that I'll find something in the Ariel that'll make holding the magic detecting artifact useful. But I'm gonna ditch it when I'm exploring the other lands until I find something suspicious, and then I might go back. I know I thought I saw something with the standing stones and the blood ritual, but it didn't do anything, so I don't know. You learn to be wary when traveling through this mad forest. That makes it hard to appreciate the beauty around you. The heart of the Ariel Woods is all orchards, farms, and copses of trees, sculpted over centuries to be beautiful and tranquil. Happy farmers grow bountiful crops, secure in the belief that their woods will keep them safe forever. In the distance to the south, you see a huge wooden fortress perched on the southern coast. Also see some spiders, guarding probably Quicksilver that I don't need because I'm currently maxed on Quicksilver. Grab it anyway. Oh, those are big spiders. Cursed web spinners. Okay. Oof. Confusion caused you to be stunned for a turn and you missed an action. Excellent. Vulnerable resisted. It's fine, you're already half down. Silence. This fight seems simple enough that I don't even know why it exists. I guess it's just for flavor. Most of the overworld battles are kind of just whatever, you know? Ah. Some unfortunate merchants got too close to this thicket. You find their bodies wrapped in thick shrouds of webbing. You find flasks on the ground around the bodies. Most have been shattered and the contents drunk by the weird spiders. Two of them are still intact. Hey, I got nothing for that. Okay. It's almost like I should just build the portal home. The thing is, that requires one upkeep of every resource. The remote farmhouse, it does cost 30 Quicksilver to create, though, I believe. It doesn't matter, I've got more Quicksilver than I know what to do with at this point. The remote farmhouse doubles as a workshop. Tools, rusty vats, and pots full of herbs are everywhere. The air smells of dirt and ozone. An old man in a worn leather jerkin sits by the fire. Ah, the Havenite. He motions for you to join him. Many visitors find their way here. I'm Tormund, and they'll come to me to get the finest goods. Aerial goods. Fine goods, you say. The Ariel are dedicated to perfecting life. Our lands, our homes, our foods, our tools. We will not be satisfied until they are the best. Yes, defenses. Yes, our magical fortress is impenetrable. That is why we will always be free. I mean, I got in here. Wasn't that impenetrable? Your leaders? The blessed, you mean? He frowns and thinks about it. I don't want to talk about it. Wiser heads can speak on it. Aerial goods are all right, but the world is a big place. I mean, Haven goods are better. So, actually, that's not entirely true. The magical stuff that I've been getting in the Aerial has actually been better for my wizard, so I guess I'll say I've been impressed. You're wise. You know that even Mighty Haven can learn from us. Maybe someday I'll show you... Someday I will show some of my stock to you. Wait, you're not going to trade right now? I'd like to trade. Tormund shakes his head. I hear gossip from High Elhovo. They're worried about you. Until I get their approval, I can't sell to you. Only buy. Sorry to disappoint you after your long journey. Okay, well, I could sell you a Scroll of Calling, which I will absolutely never use. Scroll of Life. +2 to physical armor, +1 to shield ally, and 1 augment. Full resist, speed bonus, stun resist. I like how I keep flipping between these even though it shows the information on both of them. If I just stay still here, I don't have to do that. This is probably better. I don't plan on ever using shield ally, but... 2 more armor. It's fine. I'll hold on to it and never use it. +10 to maximum health. I will almost certainly never use that. Using the really basic sure shot ring, because miss chance is way too high in this game. I'm still missing a ton even with this. Okay, we're not selling. Yep, try not to let the trees eat me, I know. The Ariel warriors in the region are puffed up with arrogance. They barely grant you a look as they breeze by you. Excellent. They won't try to stop me if that's the way they're going to behave. At least not right away. Oh. Well, Palace of Atonement. That's an ominous name. Ransbrig, High Elhovo. You've discovered Palace of Atonement. Hold on. It's on the map. It looks like I can go over one more, but I guess it won't let me. Okay. Thought there might be something hidden there. Now entering Palace of Atonement. You found the Palace of Atonement, a gigantic aerial prison. Like everything else aerial, it is weird. There's only one building, and it's not very big. It looks out over a gigantic pit full of paths and brambles of old torn tents. The prisoners must be thrown down there, where they get to live in an anarchic, unpleasant, frequently lethal existence. Oh boy. Wood. We do need that. Check in prisoners here. Do I want to mess with this right now? Or just go straight to High Elhovo? Dr. Ferdig. I guess we're investigating. A board-blessed warrior of the Ariel is sitting at the desk, feet kicked up, reading through a scroll. He regards your arrival with an unusual lack of surprise. Hello, Evenite. I'm Ferdig. Welcome to the palace. Not sure what you're doing here. We usually only get prisoners. You can stand around if you want, though. What is this place? It's the Palace of Atonement. It is, you call it a prison? A lot of criminals in our lands get brought and held here. They live in the pit below until they leave. The prisoners enter. There's a stairway in the entry hall. They go downstairs, grab a dagger and a shield, and go through the gates, and they're in the pit. How do they survive? They usually don't. I mean, we throw food and stuff down into the pit every day. They fight over it. The stronger ones live, I think. We see a few people running around down there. How do they leave? Oh, there's a passage out. Of course, that has to be... Of course, there has to be one of those. They leave through that. They just walk out. Well, there are magical traps. They'll probably die unless someone important goes in to escort them out. Maybe sometime we should start keeping track of who leaves. Gets you a modest meal and the beverage of your choice. You chat. Occasionally he goes to a window and looks out over the huge pit. Where are the prisoners here? Criminals, of course. What sort of criminals? Murderers, traitors, those who bother the Watchers too much or who don't stop causing trouble. Is this the only way Ariel are punished for crimes? No, a lot of them are just disciplined or executed in their hometowns. Most of them, probably. How does a prisoner end up here? They insist on it, and they have to be able to travel here safely, and they have to pay the admission fee, and they probably want to take bodyguards in with them. So wealthy people. Spending the money is better than execution. So the wealthy get better treatment? Yes, people with lots of money get to buy better things. Is it any different in your land? I suspect not. Fair point. Could I enter your prison? He doesn't give it a lot of thought. Sure, down the stairs through the gates. Not sure it's a wise idea, but anyone is allowed in. You won't be bothered. How do I get out? There's a path out at the far end of the pit. It will try to kill you, though. You really want to interfere with me? Why would we? We have our rules. If you're dumb enough to walk into that pit, you can. If you're strong enough to get out, you can. Just sit yourself. Excuse me, I have to get ready for the food dump. Yeah, maybe I won't do that just yet. I obviously am going to do that at some point. Okay, weapons, whatever. But... yeah, I think I'll deal with that later. Also, Atonement. This is the first time I've seen two places close enough that they overlap. Oh, no, they overlap here too. Speaking of overlapping, I need more metal. As you explore the section of the woods, some aerial guards stop you. Pardon, traveler. Did you know that you were close to the Palace of Atonement? After you answer yes, he says, please travel carefully. The palace is full of dangerous criminals. If any decided to leave, they might cause you a delay. Thank them for the warning and move on. Okay. So, a bit of a different correction facility over there, I guess. And then the capital. Let's finally do one of these and see what it's about. You are close to High Elhovo, the center of power in the Aerial Woods. It is here that all decisions of great import are made. It is a spectacular place. A fortress of polished hardwood, a loop of elegant curves grown over many generations. You can see merchants and blessed walking in and out, watched by guards with blades of glowing energy. It is lovely, yes, but also dangerous. The gate is wide open, waiting for you. Okay. Is there going to be a trench town here? I would be surprised if the capital had a trench town. This is no trench town, though. Okay, yeah. You enter High Elhovo, the core of the aerial woods. They have spent centuries weaving the trees and vines here into an enormous, stunningly beautiful tower. It is an indoor forest, and the plants have been worked into living trees, partitioning the indoors into shops, barracks, and everything you would expect of a proper city. This is no trench town, though. The guards are regular aerial, but everyone else you see is blessed. And also got some interesting stuff going on here. Guard wolves, some sort of funky plant. We haven't seen that one before. It's a new graphic. Webs, of course. As you enter High Elhovo, you note two things. First, the guards are doing their best to pretend you aren't there. They're always looking anywhere but where you are. Their enormous guard wolves, on the other hand, stare and snarl. The second thing is the tower. It is an enormous wooden structure on the water to the south, looming over everything else in High Elhovo. That must be where the Watchers rule from. Yes. We are in the right. Okay. Haven should help us. I feel like There should be an innkeeper somewhere. And that should give me access to this bed. I pay for the inn. There's a magic circle in the middle of High Elhovo. You can sense power coming from the stones and the trees. Nobody's here right now for powerful spells to be worked. This is where they will do it. Oh, is this where I use the eye? No. Hmm. Whoops, that's not something I can see. Blessed iron. Doiron? Blessed Doiron. This is an unusual shop. All the goods are in the fresh air, protected only by a thick, woven canopy of vines and trees. Holes allow enough sunlight to pierce through to show off the exquisite, luxurious aerial craftsmanship. A blessed woman approaches with exactly the right balance of pride and deference. Welcome to High Elhovo's trade post, Havenite. I am Blessed Dorian. How can I help you? It's a nice shop. Thank you. I spend so much time here that it is easy to forget how beautiful it is. I love the fresh air and smell of moss. It really sets off well the elegant lethality of our spears. Do you ever get rained on? No, the vines are woven in such a way as to sluice all unwanted precipitation away. We of High Elhovo have had many centuries to get it right. Tell me of your wares. The purpose of the shop is to show off the finest of the finest aerial goods. Our potions, our magic, our weapons, our enchanted garb. All visitors can come here and see the best of the known world. It is part of our duty. What is your duty? The Ariel have the finest culture and crafts. Our duty is to show what we have accomplished so that we can be a good example to all the worthy peoples of the world. I would like to trade with you, and they're not going to say anything that I can, are they? Oh, she's a blessed. Maybe she has the authority to make this decision on her own. I will trade with you as much as I can. I am always willing to buy goods from other lands. There is always much we can learn. That's surprisingly open-minded for a blessed, given what I've seen of the rest of them so far. I'd like to buy something. Ah, well, you can look. However, until you have dealt with the watchers above to their satisfaction, I am not allowed to sell to you. Yeah, figures. Sell something? Not really. Can you craft anything for me? Oh, we don't craft in High Elhovo for a lot of good reasons. Too noisy, too smelly, fear of fire. I think the closest master crafter is in Machidi. Right. I am flattered that you found time to visit us, Prince. Thank you. Ultimately, not a useful stop, but... Alignment and a pull shard. Cool. How does this compare to the armor that I've got? 6 and 13. Blessing, healing, duration, +1 magical. It's... Okay, I was going to say it's different because it's a magical armor instead of a physical armor. But my physical armor is slightly better on the physical protection, and then my magical armor is just straight up superior to this. Not straight up superior. This does have 6% blessing duration and healing bonus, whereas my Havenite style doesn't have that, but it has way higher magical defense, increase to magical damage, and also 2 augment slots, which are giving me +10 to speed, which is incredibly important. Shard and bow, okay, whatever. Yeah, my bows are better. And the further I get in the game and the more forts I get, because I still have a second fort in the Ucat and a second fort in the Vol, once I get both of those up and running, my gear is going to be even that much better. More superior to what I have available. You may explore. Thank you. Interesting. Stop. Magic circle. A lot of wolves. I wonder if I'm going to get attacked in the city at some point. I probably will if I decide to side with the trench towns against the blessed. Workshop. Okay. I thought they said they don't craft in this city. What's this about? You're surprised to find in this quiet corner of High Elhovo an artist studio. Okay. Art, I guess, would be relatively quiet and environmentally friendly. A young, highly intense woman is painting a picture to 2 bowls of food on a table. She covers the canvas when she sees you. Ah, from Haven. Come in, come in. I am the elevated artist of High Elhovo, blessed Pagey. I paint. The sculptors are not here. Too noisy. I can be here. You have been elevated? I was chosen by the Watchers. They think I can best make new forms of art, and that I can best show the world the superiority of the Ariel. It is a responsibility to destroy the old styles. I must bear it. Is there a lot of competition to be elevated? Yes, of course. Murders have happened. I am safe, though. None can yet replace me. All know it. What are the old styles? Mere representation. You see a thing and you make a painting that looks like it. It's all the paintings your mother and Delia buy. Noted. That has value, but others already do it. To be elevated is to always look for the new. What are you looking for? New paintings, new ways of seeing, unlike any ever done. Someone must always be looking for the new, yes? What if someone prefers the old styles? They can look at that. I am not an art guard. I will put nobody in painting jail. All can make and look at whatever they want. They must only face the risk of being left behind. I'd like to buy a painting. No, not yet. We will decide how best to show the world the work of the Ariel. Once the correct pieces are selected, they may travel to be our diplomats to the world. Can I see your work? Thinks about this. This is my decision to make. I decide yes. She pulls aside the cover of her most recent work. She is painting 2 bowls of food. The painting looks like a red and a yellow circle on a white background. Would you see another? Alright. She shows you a blank canvas. When she notes your confusion, she points to the lower corner. You see a small slash of gray paint. She sniffs. Would you see yet another? Okay, I get the feeling that... This is making fun of art, isn't it? It is a huge painting of a skull, white bone white on a black background. When you look closer, though, you realize that the skull is surrounded by many tiny figures, flowers, dancers, eyes, all painted in very dark gray paint on black, so that they are barely visible. These are 3 works I think have promise. What do you think, Prince of a Foreign Land? Looks like trash to me. I mean, this last one sounds kind of interesting, actually. I think your artistic exploration is very exciting. We are so excited by the return of Haven. There is so much promise for us. The small folk have their worries, but the blessed know that we have so much to gain. Now please excuse me. Inspiration strikes. She turns back to her work, ignoring you. These 2 paintings look suspiciously similar. You walk around the tower in the middle of High Elhovo. The entrance must be to the south. The guards still ignore you as you pass, but blessed watch you from windows above. So far, the Ariel haven't been hostile. Might want to get my energy back before I do this. Oh well. You'll have to be careful, though. Once you enter the tower, if they decide to murder you, you won't be able to stop them. Alright, game. I'll take a hand. Okay. Coming into this with full resources. Just in case. The garden is tended by one old plant worker. While everyone else in High Elhovo has been cordial or just ignored you, this man regards you with instant contempt. I am blessed Padar, elevated plant worker of High Elhovo. You are an invader of a lesser perception. What do you want? We're the plant worker. We are the ones who listen to the trees and talk to them in return. We marshal them to feed us and protect our land from barbarian invaders. The, like you, goes unsaid. Well, they haven't done a particularly good job, I must say. What do the trees tell you? They tell us where there is corruption, where the invaders are, where their peace is broken by those who destroy the Ariel. What do you tell the trees? We tell them where to walk, how to move, who to trap, where to move, what to consume. We discipline them when they misbehave, and we guide them into an impenetrable defense. How do they misbehave? Trees are slow, but they are willful. Magic is fast and full of chaos. Together, we sometimes have troubles in our woods, monsters and such. When this happens, we bless solve the problem. Or you ignore it until I come around and clear everything up for you. We do this in our own time and the right way, not fast and crude like the common folk demand, like the way I do it. Okay. Defenses are impenetrable? Yes, the only reason Haven soldiers have ever set foot in our lands is because we allow it. We are led by greed and weakness. We will stand up and save the Ariel. You said I am lesser. I say you have lesser perception. It is true. So you have purer perception. Drink the elixir. All the blessed do. This lets us see the world as it is, and it gives us glimpses of the other layers of existence, above and below us. We see in a purer way, so we have purer opinions. And your opinion is? The Watchers are lost in greed and confusion. They're letting an invader in. We were lucky enough to be rid of you once. Now we are eager to swallow the rot. We will act. And how would you act, exactly? You'll see, Invader, not all blessed have vacant minds. Some of us only wait for a moment to act. He turns and walks away, slipping between two trees. Vines slide forth and block the path behind him. He looks like he's still standing there to me. Okay. The first floor of the tower is a garden, showing off the floral variety of the Ariel woods. You even see some of the thorny thicket plants in the corner. Several plant workers tend to the garden. One imperious old man directs them. He's not hesitant about shouting at them if they make even the slightest mistake. Okay, we can go down that way. We can go up this way. You're surprised to find a sage hiding down here. She's old, tired, and oddly, not blessed. When you approach, she sighs. Heard you like to poke around, Havenite. I'm Beatrice. Say what you want and go away. Why are you hiding down here? This is the only place I can get silence. The blessed are always bothering me. Questions, requests, wanting genealogical research or other such madness. It's peaceful down here. What are you studying? I studied the history of the Ariel. How it came to be this way. How we might change. I would like to learn more. It is the business of the Ariel, not you. Haven will end up choosing for us if I let you. We will decide who we truly are. Please leave us. Okay, well, you have a box with wood in it. Okay. Quicksilver, I could steal. Don't have any reason to. Because I'm maxed on Quicksilver. We'll take the iron, though. Alright, well, that was that. This floor of the tower is a glorious feasting hall. The Ariel are already good at food. Here, they prepare some of the most delicious exotic meals in the known world. Food that would draw raves even in your palace back home. You may explore. Coming through. When the people of High Elhovo get hungry, they come here. One frenetically busy chef makes meals for them, assisted by a team of helpers and apprentices. Yet, although he has dozens of dishes on the fire, he makes time to speak for you. The Prince of Haven, honored, I am Chef Frang, elevated by the Watchers of High Elhovo and bearer of the duty. Agree? What are you making? So many dishes on the fire right now, some traditional, some new classic recipes, some experiments, all part of the duty of the Ariel. I am quite good, I admit. That is why I was elevated. Sometimes the Watchers of High Elhovo pick one who best fulfills the duty of the Ariel. We are brought here to perform our craft and advance it. Remaining the best in the world takes a lot of work. We have a lot of assistants. Of course, I must simultaneously advance the art and feed the city, plus I must teach the young. All parts must work together to practice and continue the work. Where do you get your ingredients? Mostly the nearby farms of the Ariel Woods. Our raw nature and magic produce a variety of fresh, delicious products, living and dead. With Haven's help, I will soon trade for other unique ingredients from the far lands of the known world. What is the duty of the Ariel? I mentioned. The Ariel are the peak of human culture. We are not selfish, though. We want others to live as well as us. Thus, we show them what is possible, and we will help them to improve. Within reason, of course. Do you think everyone can eat as well as you? Of course not. Few, if any, can match the food of the Ariel. So what is the goal? I think everyone can eat better, with more attention and more art. All should strive for this. It is a beautiful dream. Yes, it is a dream, until the Ariel can send envoys all over the world to inspire other lands to improve. Haven can make this possible. Until then, I will cook. I'd like something. Of course, you can try one of my new dishes, or you can sample our fine ales and wines. Something to eat. You brought a plate, a very unusual dish, unlike anything you ever saw in Haven. It is a flan of egg, bacon essence, maple syrup, and salmon egg. You leave fed but weirdly unsatisfied. It is completely unlike the food of Haven, even the fancy stuff. I am content. I am so pleased. Be sure to return the moment you feel hungry. I know that I will have another experiment for you. Okay, I wonder if we can do that again and get a different meal. Watcher Friziel. This is one of the leaders, then. There is an old blessed sitting at this long table, surrounded by luxurious dishes and goblets of fine wine. He is systematically moving from left to right, demolishing every plate of food, only for it to be immediately replaced by servants. He waits for you to join him. Come, Havenite, sit. Rest from the road. I am Friesel of the Bren, Watcher of the Ariel, and the Might of High Elhovo. I'm taking a break. You're a Watcher. I am. I am very powerful. Can't you tell? He grabs the roast leg of a wild peacock and starts gnawing on it. How did you become a Watcher? I've been blessed for 80 years, drank the elixir, had the dreams, yet I still have a bit of sense. That is why they picked me. It doesn't take up too much of my time. What is your duty as a Watcher? Sometimes. I leave my farms and workshops and come here. The army and common folk come to us with their problems. We help them if we think we need to, and if we have the focus for it. They're all upstairs now. Your being here has them all very excited. Why aren't you with the other Watchers now? He shrugs. Your being here is very important. It will shift the very future of the Ariel people. Why would I want to be involved in that? Especially when they're all distracted, so I get my first pick of the good meals. A servant refills 3 of his goblets. Well, he's got his priorities. How's the food? Fantastic. You can't have any of mine. I'm going to eat it. Go talk to the chef. He'll get you fed. All part of our duty, after all. We're the Bren. My family. We own a big swath of good, fertile land west of here, and we claim great prestige. I help run the family business. They choose me to spend time here, so I can get all the advantages I can, which is a lot. We are happy that Haven is back, as you can imagine. You claim great prestige? We are so wealthy that all of my family, even distant relatives, even the smallest child, gets their share of elixir. Why, I have a second cousin by marriage who gets a small portion of elixir every month. How much more prestige can there be? What is your family business? A bit of farming, livestock. We don't mine quicksilver ourselves, of course, dirty business, but we own major shares in 3 mines and a refinery. You're happy that Haven's back. You bring order. You keep the roads safe. Someone has to. We certainly won't. That's why the Watchers allow you here. Even when distracted by the other levels, we know that you have value. Sometimes. We can even buy the help of Havenite mercenaries. Very useful for certain sorts of business. Looking for any help from Haven now? In fact, I am. Part of the reason I'm down here. Wanted to talk to you privately. I've heard that, for royalty, you can be quite the adventurer. It depends. Well, I have a good one. The Bren clan has rivals. We've had disputes over several swaths of land, going back centuries. One of our rivals, Conqueror by name, spilled blood over it. For this, he went to the Palace of Atonement. There we go. Okay. So we have a quest to go there. I don't want him to ever leave, and I will pay for the help. What is the Palace of Atonement? It is our place of exile, northeast of here. Criminals go there to pay penance. Then sometimes they leave. You'll be able to walk into there no problem. They let everyone in. What do I do with this Conqueror? He grins and you see a mad glint in his eye. Yes, this is an elixir drinker for sure. Stab him. Burn him. Make him die. Why do you want this done? He spilled the blood of our family. We Ariel are civilized, but we don't tolerate nonsense. He has to pay, and I want it to happen where we can find him. How do I leave the prison when my work is done? Just walk out. He doesn't elaborate. It can't be this simple, can it? Okay. Well, got ourselves a quest to go into the prison. What could go wrong? And this is probably the High Council. At last, you reach the Hall of the Watchers. It is beautiful, of course. You can take that for granted in the lands of the Ariel. There are patches of trees. Bright light comes in through the windows. Butterflies flap everywhere. The hall is beautiful, and the Watchers are odd. Green. Confused. Waxy skin. A baffled look that comes from years of elixir drinking. Only one of them, an ancient woman in the center of the head table, seems to realize that you are here. Yeah, the government of this place has some quirks, for sure. I can't help but notice that a bunch of these Watchers don't even have names. In fact, all of them don't have names, except for the slightly more lucid woman than the rest of them. Ooh, she's important. She gets a special portrait. Watcher Iblin? At first, you think the woman in the middle of the head table might be a waxwork. Decades, centuries, of elixir have made her eyes glassy, and her skin have a strange glassy sheen. Then she leans forward and moves her face into what she remembers a smile to feel like. I am Watcher Eblin. I am twice blessed, first as blessed, next as a speaker. For High Elhovo, for the Ariel. I am Prince Nathan of Haven. She nods slowly. It is noted. It will be written. You will now... She's interrupted by a similarly ancient, baffled watcher who shouts. A loud voice carries through the trees. All of the watchers immediately break out in a loud argument. What is going on? Nobody is listening. Some of the watchers are arguing. Others get up to look out the window. One appears to be chasing a butterfly. None of them are paying attention. Oh boy. Watcher Iblin tries to deal with you, but she is constantly distracted by the other watchers. They make objections, unexpected noises. They ask questions about unrelated matters, some of which make no sense. The watchers are still lost in chaos. Let's just see how this plays out. The watchers keep arguing, wandering around and quietly communing with the wildlife, or napping. They change roles frequently. Sometimes one nods off and another jumps up with plenty to say. You wait. The chaos continues. Well, I think I see how this is going. Excuse me. Excuse me. Watcher Eblin's head snaps around you. You can't read her expression. It conveys a feeling that makes sense only to her. She slaps the table with her hand. The watchers grow silent and shuffle back to their seats. So, Prince, you've come. How was your journey? Your people have repeatedly attempted to murder me. I'm just going to tell her straight out. Watcher Eblin turns and glares at the rest of the watchers. Then she lets out a long, loud, continuous shriek. The watchers look down at the floor, abashed. She looks back at you. Sorry, this will be dealt with. A long pause, and she speaks very slowly. She knows that this is important and doesn't want any missteps. Why are you here? I've come to speak with you. You have come far, across an ocean. You have been in danger. The watcher next to her starts to hum. She slaps him. He shuts up. You come to High Elhovo. Why? What do you want? I have been sent by Queen Sharon of Haven. I have met her. When she came before, she was young. Then, I was old. She is steely. She sent you. We want to know your purpose. You have not said your purpose. The Ariel have a treaty with Haven. You are our vassals. You left. We were vassals, then you left, and you took your things with you. I do not see us as a vassal. Not at this moment, anyway. Well, you will be our vassal again. Watcher Eblin nods. The words are out. They are said. So many foolish arguments are settled now. The watchers nod. We have clarity, and clarity helps us. Now we can tell you more about us. Help you understand. Then we can negotiate and deal with unfinished matters. I want to know more about the watchers. All regions of our woods have watchers, the longest drinkers of elixir, the wisest, the most attuned to the many layers. When an event happens, all watchers who can come here to decide, to see envoys like you. We rule the aerial woods, and we have responsibilities. Tell me about elixir. Quicksilver solution charged with wisdom. It brings us long life and health and wisdom, and helps us to talk to the many layers of reality, higher and lower. I do not want any elixir, actually. I'm not going to say that. In fact, I'm going to exit out if it forces me to. Now, what are your responsibilities? We have so many. We must watch all the layers of existence above and below us. I know she's not going to give me the elixir anyway, but I don't even want to ask for it. I guess this is an RP moment. We must speak to our woods and keep our people nourished and safe. We must remember all the old history. It is so much. Yet the regular folk complain. They moan that we don't do enough for them. They don't see how much we have to do, how we bend under the strain. The common people never understand the challenges of rule. No, they don't, but you are royalty. You understand. You will help us. That is why you're here. I know it. Let's talk. Let's negotiate. Gladly. Several watchers open their mouths. Iblin silences them with a wrathful glare. The Ariel are a superior people. I'll see it. It is hard for us to admit the rare times that we need aid, yet we watchers have missed Haven. Why have you missed us? There are so many mundane details that must be dealt with. Brigands, forest monsters, blocked roads, lost mines, important to small folk, but less important than watching the many levels of existence. When Haven was here to keep the roads clear for merchants and such, things were easier. We did some services. You helped us to do our duty. How do we help you do your duty? The Ariel are a superior people. We have found a better way. We are not selfish. Our duty is to show ourselves to others so that we can be a good example. The more people try to imitate us, the closer they will be to a perfect existence. What services do you provide to us? Quicksilver, our potions, our fine weapons, and other goods. Your merchants love to come here and buy them. Our small folk love to sell them. We are valuable to you, Havenite. Even your mother told me so many years ago. So you'll be our vassals and obey the old contract. A long, tense silence. Finally, Watcher Eblin says, "Yes, it will be as if nothing ever happened. Your army is helping the Watchers, our potions sent to your people." Now the Watcher actually looks nervous. However, we do have one new requirement. What is your requirement? You must kneel to me, Prince. You must kneel and swear that the Ariel have the world's superior culture, better than all, including Haven. Sorry, what was that again? Kneel and swear our superiority. You look at the other Watchers. They all nod. Together, they came up with this mad idea. If your mother finds out that you knelt before Vassal, she will be utterly furious. Delia and Sutter won't be pleased either. Havenites are proud. Perhaps there is something else I can offer. No, we trusted you once and you fled. You left us. Now you have to atone. We've seen the size of your little battalion. We know you need our help. This is our price. You must tell the Ariel what we all know is true. There are problems with that. We thought there would be. Yet we, Ariel, can't pass up this opportunity. When word of this spreads, all will come to us. All will seek the blessing of our approval, the prestige, the glory. We must have it, for our duty. I simply can't do that. Then go. Let your battalion dry up and wither away in our thicket. I have set our price. It will not change, not ever. Go and think, Prince. Go and think. Okay, so presumably I can come back here and resume that if I want to in the future. Do you have anything to say about what we just did? Nope. Okay. I wonder if I'm allowed to buy here yet. Nope. Okay. So the fact that I met with the Watchers was insufficient. Well, we could go talk to Astara. Alright, we're supposed to ask about the trench towns. Okay. Well, let's at least ask. Let's get that done. Although I feel like I've been to the trench towns. The Watchers look at each other, not sure where this is leading. A few immediately lose interest and wander off. Iblin says, "I suppose it was inevitable. Still, I am sorry. I have a message from them." You carry a message from French folk to us? The Watchers of High Elhovo? Really? I don't understand why you would do that. You are a Prince of Haven, so I suppose we must listen. The trench towns feel you neglect them. Watcher Eblin truly doesn't know how to respond to this. Before she can open her mouth, the Watcher by window breaks into laughter. Others join him. Then Eblin herself starts to snigger. They chuckle, then laugh. You wait, but their episode of hilarity continues for some time. When you think is about to run out of breath, they just laugh more. Eventually, you wander off. Looks like Astara has her answer. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't rat out Astara. Because I was considering allying with her anyway. But I guess that confirms it. That's what we're going to try to do. Haven is of course the superior culture to the Ariel. We're not gonna go along with that. All right, so I could do the Palace of Atonement, but I feel like that's going to be more than 15 minutes. I'm hoping that talking to Istara isn't going to trigger something where I'm no longer able to complete this quest. Oh, that was weird. This was closer than this. I guess it's purely by distance. It doesn't keep account for the fact that this would actually be a longer journey. Oh well. We got thefted again. Darn it. I really need to dump off this artifact. I spoke to the High Council as you requested. They mocked your idea. You described the meeting. As expected, Astara is furious. She rants and rails for a while, but it is a gleeful anger. She looks ready to fight. Yes, they are so arrogant. They could not have done better. Now we can make them pay. How can the High Council pay for their arrogance? Go back to Michidi. Talk to Lonius again. Soon. He's sure to have heard of the meeting. Grab him now while the anger is hot. The question you asked before, ask again. What question was that? You can help us gain power if the Ariel become a vassal again. Ask if he'll take the deal. You think he will change his mind? I don't know. I have lost track of what normal minds think. The elixir, the accursed elixir. Still, if this rejection doesn't get rid of the rest of his hope, there is no chance. I was happy to collect more bribes. I don't have any to give you. I'm here from Astara. I have another message from her. There's a long silence. Lonius closes his eyes. I knew this was coming. Fine. What does the mad woman say? We can give you power in the Ariel Woods if you support Astara and Haven. He opens his eyes and looks up at you. He is furious. I don't want power. Don't you understand? You have disrupted everything. Your presence humiliates the blessed. That is the one thing they can't stand. We'll have to have Haven's protection now. That is correct. I can always support the blessed. I mean, there is that option, but the thing is, I'm not going to do that, but I don't need to tell him that. The blessed will salve their wounded pride by punishing us. With Haven protecting them, it will be horrible. I have to look out for my people. That only leaves me with one choice. I have a message for Astara. Tell her that she wins. If she signs a treaty with you to give the Trench Towns power and weaken the blessed, I will support her. Curse her, she is my support. Now leave me, I have to plan. Prepare. If I have to live in this new world, I need to get ready for it. Conversation ends. Alright. Now, before I actually do this, I do want to do this quest first. I guess I'll talk to this guy. Who are the prisoners here? Do you have a prisoner named Conqueror here? That's what I was looking for. Oh, he checks some records. Yes, Conqueror of the Sought. We had one. He was a flashy one. Came with baskets of nice food and a full complement of guards. He might still be down there. I'd be surprised if he hadn't broken himself out. If he hadn't broken himself out already. Okay, so he may or may not be here, but I guess I need to investigate either way. This is the entrance into the prison. When you enter, the gates promptly trap you inside. You wonder how much time you will be trapped in this pit full of maddened, starving prisoners. Well, we'll find out next time. I will see you then.